Okay, so this chapter shows God's guidance through Elisha in times of famine, foreign politics, and royal succession. It weaves together stories of provision, prophecy, and coming judgment. Okay, the first part of this chapter covers the Shunammite woman's land restored. Elisha warns the Shunammite woman, whose son he had raised, to leave because of a coming 7 year famine. She goes to live in Philistine territory and returns after 7 years to appeal for her land. Coincidentally, coincidentally, the king is speaking with Gehazi about Elisha's miracle when she enters. Gehazi testifies, "This is the woman, and this is her son, whom Elisha restored to life." The king orders her land and all its produce during her absence to be restored. So God providentially times, sorry, so God providentially times events to protect and provide for his people, okay? The second part of this chapter talks about Elisha and Hazael of Aram. Elisha visits Damascus. Ben-Hadad, king of Aram, is will, okay? He sends Hazael, his official, with lavish gifts to ask if he will recover. Elisha says, "Yes, you will recover. Nevertheless, the Lord has revealed to me that he will die." Elisha stares at Hazael until he weeps. So he explains, "I know the harm you will do to Israel. Set fire to fortresses, kill young men, dash children, and rip open pregnant women." Hazael protests, but Elisha insists. The next day, Hazael smothers Ben-Hadad with a wet cloth and becomes king. So Elisha foresees the cruelty of Hazael, showing how God's prophet both reveals and laments future judgment. The third part of this chapter covers Jehoram, king of Judah. Jehoram, son of Jehoshaphat, becomes king of Judah. He reigns 8 years and walks in the ways of Ahab's house. His wife was Ahab's daughter, okay? So he does evil, but for David's sake, God does not destroy Judah. Edom rebels against Judah and gains independence. Jehoram dies with no one's regret, and his son Ahaziah succeeds him. Judah begins to fall into the same corruption as Israel, yet God preserves David's line. The fourth part of this chapter covers Ahaziah, king of Judah. So Ahaziah, son of Jehoram, reigns in Judah at age 22 for 1 year. His mother is Athaliah, granddaughter of Omri, and likely daughter of Ahab and Jezebel. He follows the ways of Ahab's house, for he is related to them by marriage. He joins Joram, son of Ahab, king of Israel, in war against Ahaziel of Aram. Joram is wounded and returns to Jezreel to recover. Ahaziah goes down to visit him. Judah and Israel, once separate, are now dangerously entangled through marriage and alliances. And this finishes the chapter. But what are the key lessons? They're very important, right? The first lesson is God directs history for his people's good. The Shunammite woman's return shows God's providence even in famine. Second lesson, God reveals both comfort and hard truths. Elisha wept over Hazael's cruelty. Prophets feel the weight of judgment, not just announce it. Third lesson, evil alliances corrupt leadership. Judah's kings fall because of ties to Habab's family, showing the danger of ungodly partnerships. Fourth lesson, God keeps his covenant with David. Even when Judah's kings sin, God preserved the line for his promise sake. So in summary, Elisha warns of famine, and the Shunammite woman's land is restored by God's providence. Elisha prophesies Hazael's rise and his cruelty, which soon comes true when Hazael murders Ben-Hadad. Yeah, and in Judah, Jehoram and then Ahaziah reign, both corrupted by ties to Ahab's family, right? So this ends this chapter.